はいどうも皆さんこんにちは。それではですね、シャーロック・ホームズ続きやっていきます。で、こいつが操作しなあかんかったよね。で、
I have found your map.
マップ見つけたよ。で、移動するのね。ライスブリッジの宗教所、とりあえずなんかキリスト教みたいな感じで。
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
なんかこのさ、思うねんけど、こいつめっちゃピチピチじゃない服。
What has happened,
シャーロッ
Reverend?
ク・ホームズが結構きっちりちゃんと着てるのに。
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know
後ろの
that?
金庫気になるな。
Holmes, look!
The Bishop,
Look.
appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so
結
brutal?
構がっつりやってますね。
Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave. And not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen. And indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
こいつらもう10分くらい喋ってないか、気持ち的に。ムービーが長すぎるぞ。とりあえず財産持ってね、何も持ってね、つうことは物取りじゃねえんだよな。
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
まずこいつよな。だいぶやばくないっすか？指ない
A
し。
finger. Apparently, it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
誰の指なんだろう？本物かな？それ以前に。
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You! But what does it matter, Holmes?
こいつがあれじゃない？
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
これあれじゃね？さっきのさ、パート1で盗まれた
A piece
さ、
of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
盗まれた犯人なんじゃな
These
い？盗ん
burns
だ
are。terrible.
猿やけど犯人はほんまは。猿はちょっと納得いかんぞわよもう。これなあ、かわいそうに。
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly
Yaba.
tortured.
もう
The fingers have
苦
been
痛に
crushed and violently struck.
苦痛に飲まれて死ん
His
じゃったな。
stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
あ、治
So,
りかけか。
these wounds were not made by his murderers. His forearms have been ripped.
Ugh.
Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
生きたままじゃそうならないと。死んだ後に食われたかもね。
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth. My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
痛すぎて
That's
かな。
unbelievable, Holmes. You can see by his expression.
His mouth is...
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and
悪
fine
魔の仕
blade.
業に見せかけてるのかな。
You can see
His mouth.
ぽくない、なんか悪魔の仕業だよみたいな感じで。だってこんな切り傷を出してる感じでぽいよな。一旦閉じて自信もいい。
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
裸足か。なんか落ちてる。なんか落ちてる。
A broken file and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Chemical components,
あ
I
ー
think.
じゃあもしかしてあれか。この人をなんかするときに捕まえるときに使った薬かもね。
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
この時期な、この時代なんかさ、真相にたどり着けん限りさ、指紋なんか取っても意味な
There
い
is
もんな。
blood on this paperweight. This paperweight was used to crush the victim's fingers.
ここに座って拷問受けたのかな。じゃないとだって、ここで空中でボーンって言っても何も痛くないからな。もうこっちはねえな。じゃあこっち行こ
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
う。同じミューチャットってことかな。気になるこの下も。わ、縄。
A whip?
No,
Which
it
go-
is a discipline for self-flagellation.
Oh.
This metal rod is for fastening the chilies. It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance.
これも着せ
This
たの
very
か。
pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
かなり宗教深かったというか、かなり信仰深かったと言えるのか。
A whip?
No,
どうやって戻る？はい。全部集めてから推理しましょう。開くかな？
I am missing some information.
わ、これあれか。
Reverend, I'm missing something, an implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to
あ
find
の
it?
針みたいなや
No,
つ。
go to the devil!
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
めんどくさこいつ。
You have no right to search here.
ゲロめんどくさいこと言うやん。渡してくれやもう。シャーロック・ホームズちょっと有名やろげ。あとはこれか。
This stove is filled to overflowing.
この中に足突っ込まれた系かな。あ、ワトソン。
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
シリコンで肩
It's
取
child's
って
play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to
そ
call
れ
the
以外
police.
の足跡はあ、おい。疑問1。知らんよ、そんなん。ちょっと早いな。待って待って待って待って待って。待って待って待って。ちょっと推理するの早すぎた。これよ。紛失。主教の靴が紛失していた。財産はなかった。金庫。拷問。懺悔。修行は苦行習慣として痛みには慣れていた。 でも耐えきれんかったんやろ。これでも、これとこれ結構、合わんくね。被害者は激しい拷問を受けたにもかかわらず、死んじゃったの？違う、間違えた。苦行を習慣としていて痛みには慣れていたにもかかわらず、死んじゃったんでしょ？わからん、そんなの。上の方に血がついているということは、それはちょっとわからんな。ちょっともう一回小瓶の具合を見たい。アイテムどれ？あ、違う。アイテム。これか。ちょっと見たいねん、これは。これ。違う、それ。
A broken bottle of whiskey.
これか。
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
ちょっと難しくないですか？割れた小瓶の上の方に血がついている。飲ませたのかなあ、血をちょっと待ってくれ。上の方だけでしょ？血を飲ませたはない。これだな。さあ、これを。たとえ、自ら罰しすぎたってやばくない？どうやってこういうことは、つまり、いや、開けたくてきたんやな。入手できなかった。そうだな、拷問を受けてるし、なんか、なんていうっけ、金庫の鍵はどこだみたいな言って、知りませんみたいな言って、拷問をしすぎて耐えれんかったけど、結局最後の最後まで口割らんかったから殺しちゃったみたいな感じか。いやーはー、わかんねえな。これでいいんじゃないかなと思うんだけど。それはダメ？
These traces reveal that the thieves tried to open this chest.
これ。
I am missing some information. Impossible.
そうっすか。じゃあ今は無理か。あ、大事ななんかがある。
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
お前犯
Perhaps
人
we
やろ。
should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
もらった今。
Closed.
難しいですな。
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a
あ、
stool.
被害者の部屋ということか。実に興味深いぞ。
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere.
こ
Nothing
れ
in particular
何これ
here.
せんべいみたいな座布団に。何勝手にピンってしんどいで。ワトソン君に変わった方がいいのかな。で、ワトソンの変わり方がわからんけど。あ、なんかあるじゃん。あれ何それ。
A surgical scalpel covered in blood.
あ
There
ー
isn't any
凶器
doubt.
か。
The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
なるほど。あと靴だけになっちゃったな。ちょっと待ってよ。これでなんか新しいのない？自分自身で噛みついた意味がわからんよな。ベランダは調べられていない。特定のものを探していたよな。特定のものを探していた結果、あ、違う。待って、わかった。ちょっと待って、わかったぞ。この靴さ、一人外車のものやろ、多分。で、それ履いて出て行ったんちゃうんけ。そんな気がするけど。わかった。
I need something.
このなんか
A
石みたいな。
fragment of stone. Peculiar.
ちょっと待って。9でしょ、サイズ9でしょ。
Size 9.
サイズ9、やっぱりこれか。これが被害者の靴かな。
Size 9.
みんなサイズ9なんだけど。 靴一緒かよ。お前ら
Size 9.
おいおいおい、マジかよ。
Size 9.5.
お、19ハーフ来た。
Size 9.5.
いや、これが結構本命なんだよな。
Size 9.
多分これと、これと、これと、これと、これ、あ、違う。
I need something.
違う。
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Hobnail boots like those Hobnail boots like
これ
those.
は
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
じゃあ、疑問1。犯人は何人いたか。一人じゃないのかなと思うんだけど。だって、犯人一人だと思うんだよな。
That's not right. Start
違
again.
うんかい。となると、何これ。
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes.
ちょっと待ってよ。9、9、1、2、3か。
Perfect. We now know that there were
3
3
more.
crooks.
で、一人は、すでに部屋にいた男たちと後から合流した。これやな。
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here.
だから
Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again, but one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he
被
came in
害
with.
者の靴でしょ。
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
あ、
You have no right to search here.
新たなものを見つけたよ、なんか。これはこれと、こうでしょってことは、つまり、履いたんやろってことは、これ関係あるかな。なんで履いて帰ったかってことやろ。殺人犯は靴を売っている。いや、関係あるかな。殺人犯の一人は司教の靴を取り戻った。貧乏、いやでもそうやんな。古い靴がないってことは。つまり、靴は違うんじゃない？貧乏じゃないんじゃない？ここやな。ちょっとわからん、これは。高価なもの持ってなかったってことは靴を狙ってたんだ。靴を狙うためにあんな拷問受けるかな。これは間違いない。これでいいんじゃない？靴だけのために。絶対ちゃうんだけどな。
You have no right to search here.
ちょっと待って、まだなんか操作できるか。血を飲ませたは絶対ちゃうから。これ合ってるかな。だって望みの手の開けることができんかったこれをやろう。で、違うな、違うです。ちょっと待って。履いて去ったやろ。違う。これよ。そう。ね。貧乏。いや、純粋に考えたら貧乏よな。なんかコナン君とかそういうのを踏まえて考えたら、操作をか乱するためやけど、操作をか乱するためとか考えてないか。そうだ、これでいいのかな。待って、でもイタリア製を好むって書いてるから、やっぱ靴好きちゅうのかな。貧乏じゃなくて靴を売っている。なんかちょっといじってたらこうなったんやけど、殺人犯は司教の靴を置いて去って、 履いて去ったんでしょ。で、犯人は貧乏である。で、誰かに雇われていた。殺人犯は、だから金庫の中身を探してたんでしょ。で、殺人犯は開けることができなかった。激しい拷問を受けて帰れなかったんでしょ。望みの、こういう手もあんのか。で、入手できなかった。こうやな。
It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
これか。
Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
OK。じゃあ、待ってよ。これでいいね。はい。
I need something.
どこにあるんだ、あいつ。これ探す？このさ、これがあるからいけるんじゃない？
I am missing some information.
この謎を解かないといけないのか。難しいな。これ出てもいいんじゃないの？
Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
何をするべきか。多分このベランダ中入るんやろうけど、ピッキングとかしちゃう？これか。なんか使える。
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
ピッキングやな。
This lock should be easy to pick. Let's see.
来た。なんやこれ、やり方わからんぞ。ピッキングなんかやり方わかるか。あ、なるほど。こうやって形に合わせるのね。こう。なんか一個足りんねんけど大丈夫これ。あ、なるほど。もう一個やね。こうやって、こうやね。で、こうやね。いや、待って、こうで、こうだから、でいいんじゃない？
There we are. It is simplicity itself.
そんな感じでいいのか。
There isn't anything much in this room. It must be used as a reading or meditation room.
そういうとこになんかあるって言うじゃないですか。ワトソン君じゃないわ。あ、ほら。
An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug.
びっくりした。
Let's see. There is nothing on the floor, yet the ink must have soaked through the rug.
おい、なんか地面にあったぞよ、ほら、青いの。ちょっと他のやつ先に。
This inkwell was tipped over recently.
あ、カーペットが位置が違うじゃん。怪しい。
Apparently, someone wanted to hide this statue.
凶器かな。
This horse resembles a large chess piece.
うわぁ。持っていったか方がだ。
There is a message underneath this statue. Let's see.
想像のかけらもないのですね。ないのね。チェスに対する情熱を利用してナイトの目をすべて追いよい。ああ、これ無理です。
This message was written by a woman, but for whom was it intended?
わ、
Interesting, this chess
悪い
game.
けどチェスのやり方わからんのや。だからちょっと適当にやるしかない。元も子もないけど。あ、おい、しまったぞ勝手に。誰かに閉じ込められたんだ。
An ink stain. The ink stain on the floor comes from the ink on the rug, but they are not in the same place. Someone has
こ
moved
こま
the
で来たら
rug
気づいてく
recently.
れと思うねんけど。オッケーオッケー。これ。オッケー。めくってくれ、ついに。
That is curious. There is something strange on the floor.
うわ、これでど
Certain
っかに置くん
stones
だ。
have been marked out, just like a chessboard.
で、ちょっとナイトの目をすべて覆い、最後に残る目にナイト自身を置く。 全くわからんけど、なんとなく
That
感じ
is
いくか。
curious. There is I need something.
どれだこれ。なにこれなにこれなにこれ置けへんのやけど。これもう答えやん、さっきの第6巻。なるほどね。ここよくわからんけど、これを1個ずつやればいいよね。なにこれ合ってるかこれ。変なとこ飛んでいくんやけど。そういうことか。わかった。こうやってやっていって全部埋まっていくのか。無理じゃない？大丈夫かこれ。これ。上の方全然塗ってない。上かな。こう。もうやばい。無理な気がしてきた。ちょっと、これやったことあるよ、こういうの。なんかレイトン教授でやった、こういうの。
That's not right. Start again.
無理。やめてよ。これは無理だっせ。なんかいける気がしてきた、これ。こうやって順番にやっていくべしだな。こう。いけるぞ、絶対。私の推理はやはり間違っていなかったようだ。こう。いけるかな、これ。はい。
This last piece should be the good one. It will have to be pulled free. I need something.
これ。牧師。4月24日、私の愛しい人、なんて素敵な春。そう、今日はとても素晴らしい日。私たちの大切な末っ子の誕生日ですよ。元気に成長する子供の一瞬一瞬にはこの上ない感謝を感じ取っているわ。私はね、この子が喋る日は近いと思っています。あなたは、最初の言葉はあなたのことだと思うわ。あなたに会いたがってる。私もです。日曜日の晩夏の後は本当に抜けられないのですか？私は。9月14日。私の愛しい人、私のことをしつこいって思うわよね。でも、私たちの関係を合法化させるべきだわ。意義の生活を送り続けられないのよ。不倫してんのか？ 3 月3日。どうぞ、安心してください。あなたの置かれた立場は理解しているつもりです。でも、私たちのことを考えたことがあるの？子供たちや私たちのことは？私は子供たちの将来を犠牲にしたくないのよ。あなたは考えてみて。家族の幸福やいわゆるスキャンダルのどちらを優先すべきですか？正式な夫と妻となるべきです。それで本当の家族に。
A packet of letters addressed to the Reverend. They were written by a woman who mentions his illegitimate children. Their affair isn't official. Perfect. I have you now, my wayward Reverend.
となるとワトソンか。危なくない？大丈夫？戻ってきた。
Ah, Watson. You've gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you.
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than this Baines. What manners! I am a man of the church.
My dear Reverend, I notice that you are a chess lover. I trust you will excuse me, but I am never able to resist the appeal of a half-finished game.
You are an expert at chess. Very well then. What do you want now?
As you might have guessed, resolving your small chess problem has allowed me to discover some very interesting letters.
Letters? What do they say?
Reverend, why hide these letters here and run the risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
ちょっとワトソンが黙って。
Not now, Watson.
どこ行くの？
Where else could I have hidden them? My own chambers are too austere. They could offer no cover. I knew, however, that His Excellency, may he rest in peace, would not notice my game.
The contents of the Bishop of Knightsbridge's chest interest me greatly. Give me the elements you hold, Reverend.
Out of the question.
またかよ。脅すのもあかんでしょ。買収も無理そうだし。
Do you understand that you are the prime suspect in this terrible murder?
What? But that's ridiculous.
それだって
Think for one moment, who profits from this crime?
Not me.
I think so, yes. With the Bishop of Knightsbridge no longer here, you are now the apostolic director of the diocese, are you not?
Yes, until another incumbent is appointed, but
A position which should logically come to you. The police will not overlook that.
They will never believe you.
But of course they will. Do not forget who I am, Reverend.
You are odious.
あ、
Here are
くれ
the
た。
stems that you are looking for.
結局のところ嫌われるしかないんや。
Evidently, as I always do. What are you able to tell us about the Bishop of Knightsbridge's last days? Did anyone come to visit him? Did he seem worried, anxious? Do not omit the smallest detail.
His nephew came to see him yesterday at His Excellency's request. I found this visit a little peculiar because the young man rarely visits his uncle.
Do you know why that might be? Were they on bad terms?
I don't think so. It's rather a consequence of his work. The young man is employed within the archives section of the Royal Library, which doesn't leave him with a lot of free time.
Do you know the reason for his summons?
No, but the conversation was very heated. It only lasted for a few minutes and ended with the nephew in a terrible rage.
金庫の中身くれよみたいな感じか
I've
な。
answered your questions. Will you now let me contact the authorities?
I'm afraid not, Reverend. Not just yet.
犯人がわかるまでな。
Now we can open the
よし、来た。
safe.
サクッととこう。なんじゃこりゃ。来た。
Now I can open the chest.
おい。なんだなんだ気になるぞ。
Here we are. I am eager to discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary.
何
This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
You open the chest with disconcerting ease, Holmes.
割と簡単
I've
や
seen and
で。
heard quite enough. This time you won't stop me.
Catch him, Watson.
What the? But why?
Run, Watson. Hurry.
逃げたんじゃね。まさか私が捕まえるんじゃないよな。何逃げられたやん
He's。escaped. I hope that your motivations are founded, Holmes. I don't much like skirting around the edges of the law like this.
It is annoying. Let's leave without delay.
What have you found in the chest, Holmes? What in there is so
Pardon me.
precious for these men to commit such terrible acts?
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing important was locked inside the chest, apart from a few religious items which are hardly worth stealing.
So, we haven't made any headway. Perhaps the police will.
By the time the police arrive, we shall be a long way from here, Watson. We are leaving.
もう帰っちゃうのいいけどさ。
What should we do next, Holmes?
Let us return to Baker Street as quickly as
Okay.
possible.
というわけで、今回はここまでにしたいと思います。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。よければチャンネル登録の方よろしくお願いします。なぜだ、全然真相がわからないよね。というわけで、次回もお楽しみに。それでは、さようなら。